Hello family, grace to you. Once again, this is Greg coming to you from FaithsMessenger.com. Today I want to title this message, Sharing Your Job Story. Sharing Your Job Story. And I'd like to ask you today, what is your Job story? Some of you may ask, well, what exactly is a Job story? Your Job story is a time in your life where God allowed the enemy to rock you to your core. In the book of Job, Satan, our enemy, accused God of having a hedge around Job. Satan told God that if you remove that hedge, I will make him curse you to your face. So God gave him permission to strip Job of his wealth, of his children, and of his health. During that time in Job's life, he was stripped to his core. He was stripped to the very foundation of his faith. And unless God allows us to go there, unless we allow ourselves to go there, we really have no way of knowing what our foundation is made of. You know, it's great to praise God when times are good. It's great to say, oh, I'm a Christian, I love the Lord, when everything's going well in your life. The true analysis of what your faith is based on is when all is stripped away from you. Where do you go? Where do you turn to? What does your hope lie in during the bad seasons of your life? Faith must have a resting place. Our faith as Christians must be our common denominator. And when our faith is under attack, we can be destroyed unless that faith remains when all else is stripped away. You know, with all the many different hats I've worn in my life, a few years ago I had on the real estate investor hat. And I ended up buying a home in Las Vegas, Nevada. I bought it as an investment property. It was a beautiful home in a beautiful new housing tract. And at that time, Las Vegas was, or particularly North Las Vegas, was the fastest growing city in America. So I thought it was a pretty sound, pretty safe investment. But little to my knowledge, the homes, the soil in Las Vegas, I've been told, is very acidic. It has to be treated a particular way before building takes place, or 10 or 15 years down the line, the foundation of the home will crumble. And that's exactly what happened to my new home. The foundation cracked, crumbled, the whole subdivision just collapsed upon itself. And by that time, the builder had gone out of business. So we had little recourse as homeowners. But my point is, my beautiful new home, 10 or 15 years down the line, crumbled because the foundation was not laid properly. Likewise, unless we lay our foundation on Christ, our whatever we attempt to build will crumble. So the point of sharing a Job story is to, first of all, inspire others. It really serves no purpose for us to give our testimonies where we've got the new home, or we've been cured of cancer, and we've had all types of miraculous things take place in our lives. That's great, that's good, those things should be shared, but your testimony has a much greater impact when people know what you've been through, where you were at your lowest point. We can see what happened to Job when he was high, when he was brought down low, and when he was redeemed, and he ended up, his latter end was greater than his former end. He ended up with more than he had when he started out. So I want to encourage you to share your Job story. Tell us the things that you've gone through when God rocked you to your core. And you'll want to tune in tomorrow, because I'm going to share my Job story, just one of my Job stories. And if you're like me, you may have several Job stories, but this is one I'm excited about sharing with you. So be sure and tune in tomorrow. So I'd like to leave you with that, and thank you for tuning in, and to encourage you, if you have not become a subscriber yet to our YouTube channel, please take the time and do so by clicking the red button on your screen. By doing so, you will receive messages when new videos like this one are posted. And if you are a fellow YouTuber, Christian YouTuber, I would encourage you to join us in our community at micro-ministries.com. What our community is about is giving you support, training, encouragement, everything that you need to drive more traffic to your YouTube channel. God has given you a word, and that word needs to reach the ears and the eyes of the masses. So you're welcome to join us. Once again, that address is micro-ministries.com. Now, that is a private community, so you'll need an invitation to join. Please send me an email message at FaithsMessenger@gmail.com, and I'll send that invitation right over to you. And lastly, I would like to invite you to subscribe to our blog at FaithsMessenger.com. By doing so, you will receive notifications when blog posts are posted. Now, with all that's been said, I'd like to ask you a question. You may be in the middle of your Job story right now, and that's okay, because the bottom line is nothing is impossible with God. So that's the question I want to ask you. Regardless of what you're going through right now, regardless of what you're facing right now, regardless of what you feel right now, my question to you is anything impossible with God? Have a great day, family. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.